Collective, let's talk, shall we? Let us talk. You know what time it is? We're here with your daily reading. I think I'm recording this video for like the fifth time, so I'm really hoping that this time things go smoothly. But yeah, maybe this could speak to false starts, trying to push and push and push, and yeah, let's see. But I hope everyone's taking care of themselves, and I hope everyone got to check out the lunar eclipse yesterday. There was a blood moon. I got to see that, which was super, super cool. I haven't seen cool stuff happening in the sky for a little while right now. Well, a little while. So that was amazing to see. Let's see what the energies have to say today. So we have the Sun of Coins, which is your Knight of Pentacles, with the Eight of Cups. Piscean energy. We are in that lunar eclipse in Pisces energy. We are in that eclipse window. And this is kind of you walking away with this Eight of Cups. You walking away from karmic cycles. I mean, Pisces is a very karmic energy and karmic sign. It's the last sign of the zodiac. So it does speak to that cycle, that full cycle. You know, through the 12 signs, the 12 sort of energies, right? And you're just walking away. This is how much you've invested emotionally, karmically, energetically into this particular situation. You could be walking away from something here that you have held on to and attached to for lifetimes. Pisces is that sign, you know, that speaks to past lives as well. The nodes are in that Virgo Pisces axis. So with that lunar eclipse in Pisces as well, you could be closing out karmic cycles here. But with that Son of Son of Coins, that Knight of Pentacles, it's really saying, hey, listen, this is a long time coming, and this is something that needs to happen. This is the efficacy, the diligence. But I'm really drawn to the word efficacy. This, you walking away, is efficient. It is precisely what creates room for material stability, for pragmatic and temporal stability. This emotional release through this Piscean energy is precisely what allows you to remain firm and steady, to build slowly but steadily. Is that word, steadily? To build slowly towards what it is that you want to see manifest for you. Because the coins also speak to manifestation, right? The pentacles, they speak to manifestation. So this emotional release, this karmic, this closing out of the karmic cycle is almost fated. Yeah, see? So you go from the Eight of Cups to the Death card. This is you walking away from this emotional attachment, from these karmic habits, inclinations, and tendencies. You walking into the light. This is transformation. This is the Death card. It speaks to transformation. It speaks to, you know, a necessary change. Like I said, this is necessary. This walking away is efficient, because sometimes we want to live a certain life on this planet, in this paradigm, but we don't affect it by releasing what doesn't serve us, by releasing what takes up space. I mean, these are 8 cups. That's a lot, right? That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of investment right there, emotional investment, a lot of energetic investment. But you're kind of just saying, listen, I release, I move forward, I embrace this transformation, I embrace this change. That's efficient. And efficacy is something we overlook on our spiritual journeys. We just think, oh, well, I go off what I feel, which is amazing, but is what you feel efficient? Are your cycles and your patterns and your habits and your thought forms efficient? Are they efficient? I didn't charge my phone. Let's see how quickly we can get this done. We're going to make this one pretty short. I think, okay, cool. This was the order. Yeah. Okay, that and that. Let's close that up. Because we have to be true. We have to be truthful. We have to be real. We have to get real with ourselves. You have to get real. You have to walk away and get real. No matter how much you've invested, no matter how much you've poured into a situation, no matter how comfortable it is to hold on to whatever it is because you've poured so much of that into it, you have to get real and transform. You have to get real and change. You have to get real and leave things behind. Look at that King of Swords energy. Relaxed, truthful, precise. This is seeing the truth as it is. It's seeing things for what they are, not what we want them to be with that Piscean energy that can make us susceptible to illusion and deception. It's seeing things for what they are. And this is not working. Yes, you've invested all of this, but it's not working. It's not working. So what do? We move forward. The truth is we move forward. The truth is we don't always, what we want is not always what we need. The truth is what we want is not always what is efficient. It's not always what is necessary for things to grow and flourish where we want them to. Oh man, is today's reading dragging everybody? Yeah, you see, we have the Five of Cups and we have the Eight of Cups. Lots of grief, lots of loss. This is just about, you know, cutting your losses. It's about cutting your losses and deciding, you know what, yes, it is what it is. I've lost something here. But what I love about truth is that it is whole. It is not fragmented. So in as much as you've lost something here, you still have something to work with. And that's the sovereignty of the King of Swords energy, of embodying that energy, of seeing things as they are. Because this, focusing on this is not the entire truth. Focusing on this either is not the entire truth. Do you have space in your psychic body, right? In your psychic faculties, because we have two Scorpio cards here. Death and this Five of Cups speak to Scorpio cards. Do you have the capacity to shift your perspective, to change, because the Death card speaks to change your perspective and focus on these two cups instead of these three cups and move forward? Oh, this is gorgeous. I actually really like this reading. I like this energy. I see now why perhaps I couldn't, you know, record this session, this reading previously. It's coming together. We have to get real with ourselves, collective. Are you getting real with yourself? Are you real with yourself right now? Okay, so you cannot want something without making space for it, without allowing change to transform your perspective, to shift your perspective. You have to hold space for efficacy, for necessity. It is necessary to shed, to purge, to release, to let go in order for things to come into being. Okay, cool. We have the Sun of Cups here. And as you shed, you kind of open up your heart space. And from that heart space, you can create bridges to new pathways, new realities, new things. When you hold on to this grief and this loss, when you hold on, there are no paths. I mean, this is a path, right? There are no new paths that can emerge. They cannot emerge because you are still holding on and emotionally attached and energetically attached to a specific situation, a specific outcome, a specific way of being, a specific reality, a specific habit, a specific pattern. And this lunar eclipse was really about breaking things, breaking those patterns, so that new pathways from an open heart, because the King of Swords also speaks to an open heart. The truth is a feature of the heart, right? Then you can build new bridges to new places that you might not even have conceived of before, places that you might not even have dreamt of before. But you have to allow that shedding to take place so this newness can emerge, so these new paths can unfold, can unravel before you. Yeah, it speaks to how mentally inept, how imprisoned you are, how disempowered you are in the mental space. So much so that you hold on to this. You hold on to this because you cannot conceive of change. You cannot conceive of the efficacy and the efficiency of change, the necessity of change to build new bridges to new worlds. to make peace with loss, knowing that in loss there is also gain. Let's get 3 more. Yeah. And you don't realize just how bored and apathetic you were in this cycle. You don't realize just how much you needed to change and you needed to grow. Often we feel bored when things need to change, when things feel stuck and stagnant. But there is a very obstinate and stubborn part of us that continues to hold on mentally, to invest emotionally and energetically to these timelines where we feel stuck, because we want to hold on to this, to the comfort of grief, the comfort of mourning, the comfort of loss. We don't want to get up and see the truth. That if this person just decided, hey, let me just look at what they'd see gold. And that's the power of the mind. Change your perspective, change your reality. Change your perspective, change what you create. Changing your perspective is what allows you to embrace this change and see how necessary, how efficient it is, what an essential part it is to helping you create the life that you want to create. Let's get 2 more. Okay. Yeah, you see, because this is what awaits you. A new cycle. Between the Fool and change, you are ready. Energetically, you're ready to leap. You're ready to move into a new timeline and a new reality and new ways of being and doing things. It's time. It's actually time. This speaks to divine timing. And this is why it's so efficient to release and let go of mental blockages and patterns of emotional attachments, because it's time. This change is working in your favor, but you have to allow it to do that. Let's get 1 more. You have to allow it to do that. You have to allow yourself to shift perspectives. Okay, cool. Last card. The Hermit. You didn't go through that dark night of the soul for nothing. Now that you're on the precipice of change, now that change has arrived and it's ready to see you through to your new life, now you want to hold on. You want to attach yourself, to continue to attach yourself to what is so clearly completed, to a cycle you've completed. Because you know your truth. You've sourced it from the higher realms. You've sourced it from God and the universe and the deep and more subtle aspects of yourself. You took this time to go into solitude and dive into deep self-inquiry, dive into the depths of who you are. You didn't do all of this for nothing. All of this is precisely what allows this change to come to manifestation and fruition. But you have to allow it. You have to see the truth in that. You have to see the efficacy in that. You have to see the beauty in that. You have to see how much that opens up space in your heart for more, for parts, for dreams that have been buried by grief and loss and mental captivity. There's a reason you were feeling bored with that cycle. Trust in that reason. You felt bored for a reason. You felt apathetic for a reason. You were always looking out elsewhere, hoping, and that elsewhere, this change has arrived, so embrace it. You have permission to let go. That's what I want to let you know, collective. You have permission to let go. Your energy says, listen, you are a King of Cups energy. You are full, complete, wise, emotionally fulfilled. This cycle of mental captivity, like it or not, as comfortable as it was to nurture it and nourish it for perhaps lifetimes, that's no longer what speaks to you energetically. That Pisces lunar eclipse cleared everything. Now allow yourself to walk into this new timeline, into this new life. Because that's the work that you've done. You didn't do all that work so things could stay the same. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow.